So now that that's done and over with, so starting off today's look, I'm going to be using the P. Louise eyeshadow base, and I think I got this in the shade Nude. This is probably like my second or third time actually using it, and I really do love this product, guys. Like, I have been living under a rock. And then of course I'm going to be using the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette to complete this look today. And the first shade I'm going to be using is Lilac, and I'm basically just going to use that as my transition shade. Next, I'm going to be using the shade Tahiti, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Y'all know I be messing up names like crazy, but it's basically the darker shade like right underneath my transition shade. So I'm basically just helping build up that color. And then I'm going to be going into the shade Pink Lily, which is like this really cute, like vibrant type of neon pink color. So I really like that. And as you guys can see, it definitely made the look pop a lot more. So your girl's a happy camper. I was kind of going for like a neon pink dreams type of vibe, and I definitely feel like I did achieve the look that I was going for. And then as you guys can see, I'm basically using that same P. Louise eyeshadow base, and I'm just using that to cut my crease just to make sure I have everything exactly where I want it positioned. And then I'm just going to go into that color Bloom, and I'm basically just gonna put that in the outer corner. And I'm also going to be using the shade Lilac for basically the majority of my lid. And I'm basically just gonna blend those two colors together to cause that nice even gradient. And next I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. I think I forgot to insert a clip of that. But yeah, guys, this is definitely my go-to eyeliner. It actually stays black, like it doesn't dry up or anything like that in a bad way. So that's a really good thing. And then just to add a little extra pop, I'm going to be using the NYX liquid eyeliner. And I'm basically just kind of putting that right on top of where I put the black liner. And then as you guys can see, I'm going to be wearing my lashes, of course, and these are actually in the style Dramatic. So if you guys wanted to purchase these for yourselves, I'll definitely leave all the information down below in the description box. Moving on to my face, I'm going to be starting off using the Too Faced Major Hangover Primer. And guys, like, I can't help it. This is definitely my go-to primer for any type of look that I'm going for. And then also I'm going to be using some Skin Therapy oil as well. I did see some type of hack on TikTok that it helps with creasing. I feel like it didn't make a giant difference, but I feel like it did make at least a little bit of an improvement. Of course, one of my favorite foundations of all time. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation, and if you guys were wondering, I'm actually in the shade 350 in this product. And as you guys can see, I blended in everything with a brush from Juno & Co. And then I'm also just using a microfiber velvet sponge, basically just to clear up any streaks that might have happened or anything like that, to make sure everything is nice and blended. And of course, I'm going to be using my Fenty concealer as well. And this concealer, I believe, is in the shade 370. I could be wrong, but I'll definitely make sure that I correct that down below if anything. But I'm basically just putting that on all the highlight places I usually do. So the bridge of my nose, underneath my eyes, my chin, all that fun stuff. I like to do the 2-dot method on both sides of my eyes just because I feel like it saves on product, and plus it causes less creasing. So then I'm going to be going into the Fenty banana powder, and I'm basically just going to use that to set all the places that I applied my concealer earlier. Like, now that I'm looking back, like, this is definitely like almost a full face of Fenty. Like, I just can't help it. Like, I just love Rihanna's products. Like, if they work, I'ma use them. Like, might as well. Shoot, especially all the money I spent on them. And then next, to set the rest of my foundation, I'm going to be using the Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and in this product I'm in the shade Tan. I definitely love how it's not too thick, so you don't see a giant color change, but it also just does what it's supposed to do. And then next, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm pretty sure this one is in the shade Caramel Cutie, so I'm basically just going to use that to bronze up my face. Also, I was doing a TikTok video at the same time as me recording this video, so that's why I'm kind of looking in two different places, but altogether everything worked out. So, and as you guys can see, I'm just being focused on contouring my nose and making sure it gets done correctly, because I'm telling y'all, if you're not paying attention, your nose contour can look a hot mess, so you really have to make sure that you're putting it where you want to put it. And then for blush and highlighter, I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics Blushing and Bali palette. And yeah, y'all can already see the way I'm holding it. Listen, I dropped this palette so many times, it's not even funny. And I'm also using the shade Pomegranate, which is the darkest shade if anyone was wondering. And then I'm just going to use that middle shade. I believe it's called Glisten. But yeah, as you guys can see, if I would have held it up straight, all the product would have just dumped on my floor, and that is a big no-no. But yeah, look at the highlight, you know, put a little highlighter on, be a little bit extra with it, you know, because again, this is such like a cute, like girly and pink eyeshadow look. I had to make sure I upped it with the highlighter at least a little bit. So then moving on to my lips, I'm going to be using the NYX Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Sand Beige. I'm telling you guys, if you're light skin / brown skin, this is probably the perfect nude lip liner for you to use. However, this is definitely my go-to. And then as you guys can see, I'm going to be using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. And then right on top of that, I'm also going to be using the NYX Lip Gloss to add a little extra shine in there. And then basically to set everything, of course, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And yeah, guys, so that pretty much finishes up today's look. It wasn't anything too crazy. I mean, you know, as you guys can see, I was feeling myself just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Because I don't know, like, I love when I have an idea in my head and I can actually execute it the way I want it to. So I definitely enjoyed and loved making this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But yeah, guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Definitely let me know what you guys think about everything down in the comment section down below. Once again, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl down below, and I will definitely see you guys in my next one.